Number 13. Today I'm talking about the number 13 because many believers are embracing the number 13 as their lucky number, as their magical number. But I'm here to tell you that the number 13 is a bad sign. There is nothing good about the number 13. First of all, the word luck is not a word of God. The word magic or magical is not something that is of God. God doesn't do magic. There is nothing that happens by chance with God. Everything is already pre-programmed in the realms of the spirit before it happens in the natural. So nothing about your life is by chance. Now I'm going to share with you something from the Word of God. When Solomon was charged to build the house of God, it says that the temple of God took 7 years to be built. After that, Solomon decided to build his own house. And that house of Solomon took 13 years to be built. The 7 years that God's temple took was not by chance. 7 is God's number of perfection. 7 was perfect timing for the house of God to be built. Now, when it comes to Solomon's house taking 13 years, that was a representation of what would have happened as it relates to Solomon and his house. When I say his house, I mean his family. God had warned Solomon multiple times about walking in his ways. He kept telling him over and over. David also told him if he would walk in his ways. So God knew way before time, even before Solomon was born, that Solomon was going to fall from him. God knew that. We can change the outcome of what happens to us in the natural. If it was going to be something bad, we can change it through the Spirit of God, through prayer, through making a decision to walking in holiness. So God warns us, but at the end of the day, if we don't make that decision to walk in righteousness, to walk in obedience, whatever was already set to happen, it's just going to happen. We have the power to ensure that the outcome of our lives is positive and in accordance with the will of God. It was not God's will for Solomon to fall from him. God would have loved for Solomon to remain true and straight with him for his entire life, but sadly it didn't go that way. So that number 13 represented that. I also want to tell you that the number 13 represents rebellion. It represents backsliding. It represents lawlessness. It represents foolishness. It is not anything that represents something good. The devil knows the significance of the number 13. The devil knows that 13 is a bad sign. Why do you think Hollywood uses the number 13 in those types of movies? Friday the 13th. The other movie that was called 13, where they had to do 13 wrong things in order to win, I think it was $1 million. The first sin or task that they had to do was to kill a fly. And after you kill the fly, then the next thing was going to be to eat the fly. But you never know what the next thing is going to be until you do the first one. And then each time they uploaded money to your bank account, so you kept going. The more you saw the money, the more you kept going. And there was another movie called 13 of a teenager who was 13 years old. Nothing good about it either. So Hollywood knows, the devil knows, but yet we have believers referring to the number 13 as their lucky number. They're embracing it, saying it's magical and great things have happened to them. If you keep doing that, if you keep following that, you are going to invite some serious spirits into your life little by little without even knowing. By the time you realize, you don't even know where they came from. You don't even know why certain things are happening to you. This is how sly the enemy is. He will use some little things that we think do not matter. that we think wouldn't make any sense. So I want you to wise up. When you see the number 13 in your dream, even if you do not know how to interpret that dream, wake up and pray against it. But nothing about it is anything great. Nothing great is going to happen to you, no matter how it looked in the dream. It doesn't matter what God uses his angel to show you in that dream. As long as you see number 13 in that dream, in any way at all, 13 people, 13 boxes, 13 something, wake up and pray against it. Do not embrace number 13. It's not your lucky number, and it's not a magical number. God doesn't do luck, and God doesn't do magic. I'm Pastor Marion. I thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.